Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I don't even know what it is.
Yes, I had to ask myself a few times. It is.
It's been a week from hell.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank y'all for being patient with me. But we're gonna do some reading sprints. Anyways, hello, hi. I have been very productive today. Actually, I got 2 videos edited.
Me too. Look at us. What are we doing? Who are we?
Like half of my books are posted on Pango, but my unhaul had like 65 books on it. And like that's the one thing I hate about Pango is that you can only do them like one at a time.
Yeah, you gotta like take the photo and then turn and then do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like
and then like if it doesn't have the ISBN, you have to like put in all the information.
Type it all in.
Anything that's a Barnes and Noble exclusive does not actually have a real ISBN number.
Oh my gosh!
It's an inside internal number that like works in their system, but it doesn't work. It's not an actual ISBN number.
I guess like the worry would be yes, then other people can't technically sell it, but then it feels like it's not real, like it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So all of those I have to go in and like put in myself because I have a lot of those. But I am reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil.
Oh my gosh, I've been seeing that everywhere, obviously.
Yeah, it's this book. I'm pretty sure that Victoria was just listening to Who's Afraid of Little Old Me while writing this book.
And you're like, I am inspired.
Yeah, you're right. Except that this has actually been a book she's been working on for like a decade, so like maybe not.
maybe she was struggling, being like, how do I work this together? Now I know.
Yeah, because that's just all it is. It's feminine rage.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of juggling a couple reads, hanging out at the moment. The Case of the Missing Maid. I've been reading. It's a queer historical mystery.
Ooh.
Yes, 2 women. I believe she's going to have a love interest soon, so I'm excited about that. And then I also recently picked up A Sorceress Comes to Call. I'm just kind of juggling. Are you
liking that one?
I'm trying to figure out if it's the audiobook narrators. I think that I might not be vibing with the audiobook because I feel like this is funny. And I don't know if the audiobook narrators are making the jokes joke, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. Someone's gonna have to tell me if I should not actually.
I'm so hit or miss with T. Kingfisher. Like, I love some of her books, but like not, I don't know. Which A House with Good Bones is my favorite one from her.
See, so I've been recommended that. I've also been recommended, like some of her horror specifically. But with this one, because it's the Goose Girl reimagining, I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I'm not really a retelling fairy tale person too anymore. But yeah, I think
her fairy tale ones just tend to be a little bit more like floofy is the wrong word, but that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Yeah, because there is darkness. Like there are some dark.
Yeah, but it's like just like it's trying to like do too much, and so then it doesn't do anything well.
Yeah, which like other people will love it. Obviously, a lot of people love it, but it might not work for me.
Yeah,
like the tone of it. So
yeah. I am doing better. I am in a holding pattern right now as we are trying. I said, okay, I have to get my gallbladder removed, which is like so much fun. It's apparently a hereditary thing. And I'm just like in a holding pattern waiting for a surgery consult. It's been like a run around with 2 different hospitals. It's insurance really sucks. Okay. Like,
yeah.
And yeah, I'm just in the meantime, like figuring out what triggers the attack. And as long as I'm staying away from that food, then I'm living on Tylenol.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I'm like, if I only have to take Tylenol twice a day, then it's a good day. So yeah. Also it's making me more like get out and move more, because I noticed this morning I was like, oh, I'm kind of feeling it. Like I was like, oh, I wasn't feeling super great. So I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. So I took Doyle out for about half an hour, walked around the neighborhood, and I was like, all right, cool. Now I feel better.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because maybe just like it allows you to
just like it's like all in your like digestion tract, and so it's probably just like needed to get things moving. And yeah.
Well, because also like I feel like whenever like especially if I'm like in food coma, I'm like, okay, this is probably the time to walk it off.
Like, it's essentially what that is, except it's just like you just ate one thing. Like I literally had coffee,
right,
and it was like, oh.
And your body's like, you better start moving. Okay.
So yeah, we're either a lone drow. Tiny font means a densely paced book. Yeah, that happens. Read The Case of the Missing Maid. Nice. There you go. I need to switch laundry when we go into our first sprint because it went off like right before I came on. I was like, well, bad timing. Lazy Day. We love that. Love that. 15% into Realm Leaper. Oh, nice. Reading Unnatural Death. Love the Sorceress Comes to Call. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if it's also just like end of month fatigue, where I'm like.
Also, there's that. Because that's kind of what I'm feeling about this one. I'm like, there are parts of it that I'm just like, why are we talking about this? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm into this. Oh, well, so it's like back and forth. I don't know. Right. But I'm like, I have a feeling it's like it's end of month, like just craziness. Mm-hmm. Recovering from the flu, that's not fun in June. Loved Nettle and Bone, but didn't love Cersei Comes to Call. Yeah, like I feel like it's very hit or like her books are very hit or miss with people.
Yeah. And I think that comes with authors who write across genres. Like I'm sure R.F. Kuang, like some people love every book written by that author, but there's also like if you don't like a certain genre and then she writes that book, you're like, it probably won't work for me.
Right, exactly. Reading Zodiac Rising. Nice. Oh, definitely. That I don't eat a ton of greasy foods anyways, like just because I've been on like medication for the past year while I've been losing weight. So like it's that like I don't eat a ton of greasy food, so that has a but I always thought fish was a good thing. Like I've lived on fish. And so for it to betray me like this.
Like, how dare you?
I was like, I can't have sushi. What?
Oh my gosh. And sushi is,
sushi. That's what I had the first night that it had happened. And like that night was the scary one. Like that's when I went into the ER because I genuinely thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, because one, like sudden pain.
Well, and because it's like right here. And so it actually masks as chest pain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It hurts like right in your, like right on your sternum. And I was like, am I dying?
Yeah. Like, oh
no. Ooh, fresh banana bread. That sounds delicious. Yes. I have a good support system here. Able to eat beets. Interesting. That's interesting. I did see like things that like have like high fiber and stuff. So like I got some like wraps that like the tortilla wraps that are like high fiber ones. I don't know. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I was like trying to like do all the research because I was like, this is gonna take a couple weeks.
I do think like beet juice, like there's this one, I wish I could remember the brand, but I used to really enjoy this beet juice that had also like ginger. Like it was like a mixture of a drink. I think gingers also might be good for digestion, depending.
That makes sense because normally like when you have an upset stomach, you drink ginger ale.
My mind just exploded.
Aha! That makes sense. Yeah. T. Kingfisher's fairy tale retellings can be very specific to very obscure. This is true. She has a Snow White retelling. That's interesting. Showed up my gallbladder surgery. My blood sugar was too high. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, I'm hoping it does not take me 6 months. No. Continuing with a vengeance. Nice. Currently sightseeing for the Lore Keepers, working on my TBR for the Tarot Readathon. I think I'm just gonna do I was thinking about this, how I wanted to do next month, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do Kerplunk because everything is in flux of next, health wise. Yeah. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna do a Should I Stamp It episode with the Tarot Readathon. So like I'll pull a tarot card and like that will choose my Should I Stamp It.
Oh, that's really fun.
That could be fun.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my idea so far. And then maybe for Summerween too, because there's a lot of like little readathons throughout the month of July, and I was like, I could just do readathons in July and not do Kerplunk.
Yeah, because I know there's also July Noir, which Lock Book Tish and Bree just announced. Yeah. So the things are happening. Yeah.
Pretty sure my husband has gallbladder issues. Yeah, it's not fun. Apparently it's hereditary because it is. My sister actually had really bad gallstones last year. She didn't get it taken out. They just went in and took the stones out. And then so she told me, she's like, yeah, it's hereditary. So sorry about it.
Yeah, you're like, at least I'm preparing you. At least you now know.
Her and I are very close. So we're only 3 years apart, and we're very like close. And I said, are you telling me that the only thing that we got from our parents was trauma and gallbladder issues?
Like, great, good. I can talk to my therapist about that now.
Add that to the list. Making brownies, delicious. Could be a lot of fatty foods, yeah. Yeah, avocado was the one that I was like, oh, that's sad, because I love avocado.
Yeah, especially because some of that's really good for like regulations, like if people have like period cramps and stuff too, like cramps in general, avocados.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's sad.
Yeah.
Want to do more laundry in the ever revolving door? Yeah. 30 pages into Light Eaters. Nice. Slowing down. Interested in Sunrise on the Readathon next month. Yeah. I don't know if I'm up for like a competitive. Like I know tarot is like a competitive, but it's very much like go at your own pace. So I feel like that one's a little bit better. I'm like, I definitely don't know that I could do a competitive one again.
Yeah.
Been enjoying my first readathon. Yay! You're gonna be like sucked in. You're gonna want to do all of the things. Yes. Yeah, end of month fatigue. 42 books. Dear.
Well, it could not be me.
This is definitely the least I have read for a amazing readathon month. But a lot of that is just because I've been doing more like work for authors and stuff. And so like I'm not talking about those books because if I don't I just like I don't want to put that on the channel if it's not a 5-star book.
Right.
So yeah, she really has. She hasn't done a contemporary romance.
Not yet.
Yeah, right. Carl's doomsday scenarios. Nice. Sometimes we can become allergic to stuff we've eaten. Yeah. That's the worst. Last call at the Telegraph Club. Nice. I liked that one. Had my gallbladder removed. It's the gallstones. Yep. That's yeah. I really thought I was having a heart attack. I was terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. I mean, I had a little bit of wasabi.
It could be. You're right. Could be spice. I feel like spiciness definitely is something to avoid as well. Because my dad had his gallbladder removed. So when you say hereditary, I'm like, great, cool. So he had to avoid like really hot, spicy stuff because that is something that we typically eat. But yeah.
Yeah, this was the first thing that they did when I went in to the ER. It was like I like passed everybody else in the waiting room, and they like immediately hooked me up to the EKG, and they're like, "Well, it's not that.
Your heart's fine."
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I've been off of the GLP-1 for like 6 months now, but so I don't think that it's related. But yeah. And my dad drive me to the ER when I have it first. Yeah, it's terrible. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. Verner's is the best ginger ale. Unfortunately, you can't get it most places.
I don't think we get it because I don't.
It's a Michigan based. So the only place that I've actually ever gotten it was at our Detroit pizza place. They have Verner's, and like we get it shipped in from Michigan.
Oh my gosh, that's
because
cool.
it's like very like it's a local thing that's what they like. They wanted something authentic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been eating. And also apparently I was telling Leandra beforehand, baked potatoes. Apparently potatoes are really good for potato skins specifically. I was like, oh darn, I have to eat baked potato.
Oh, woe is me.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, take care of yours. Didn't have gallstones, hydros. Yeah, it's 3%. That's not good. Yeah, they can because they have like a really healthy fat to them, and so then and like the oil, something about it can like help with period cramps. I always go to Chipotle when I'm on period. Could be placebo, but you know.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm having Mexican food.
Reading How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. Yeah, thanks for the laundry reminder. Yes. Yeah. Listen, I think that our bodies are just all falling apart.
Yeah.
It's like we became adults, and not only did we get bills, we also got failing health.
Yeah, perfect.
Right? Like, what good things did we get?
Yeah, like, yeah, yay adulthood.
Like, okay, I guess we have adult money, but like we have adult bills too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There. So follow Pages with Paige. She always does at the end of the month. It should be coming out within the next couple days. Like a readathon wrap up for the following month. So if someone's a mod that would like to post her channel, that would be great. But she is the go-to for that. Yeah. Reading Say You'll Remember Me. Yeah, apparently, listen. I mean, that makes sense because like when you do have like stomach issues, they tell you to go on like a bland diet, which is like bananas and chicken and rice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it makes sense. Yeah, right. I mean, I have not had childbirth pain, but like I guess that's good. That means that I will be fine.
Yeah. Then you're like, okay, I guess I can survive anything.
Yeah, kidney stone pain is bad. I've never had one, but my dad did, and it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love avocados. Avocado toast.
Mm-hmm.
And at Kroger now you can get, it's actually like the actual Einstein's Bagels brand. You can get the avocado toast seasoning.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
so good. I'll put it on. I put it on chicken. Like I just put it like before you to season
everything.
Chicken. Everything. Yeah. 80% in We Ate the Dark, which is way too long. I feel like it wasn't marketed super accurately. That sucks. Sprint will be checking on cats on cat sitting. Fun. Reading the favorites. Torn between liking it and not liking it. Oh, that's hopefully it ends on a high note. Yeah. That sounds terrible. Thank you, Dad. This is Paige's channel. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Gallbladder at 120. That's early. Yeah, they're not. I do. Yeah, that one. Bananas, rice, applesauce, toast. I just remember chicken and rice because that's what you're supposed to feed your dogs when they have stomach aches. This is a boiled chicken and make them white rice.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Been out of the loop for a few days. Makes sense. I was on vacation. Fun. I don't recommend it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you know what? Sometimes I'll have breakfast sandwiches and I'll like put some cream cheese on it. And like I might have avocado, but it's like with egg and like, it's
cream cheese. Yes, cottage cheese and avocado. That texture would be really good.
Oh, you know what? I read cottage cheese as cream cheese. I'm a reader, but apparently I missed that. So yeah, that is weird. I feel
like that texture would.
Yeah, well, because cottage cheese in my brain is more kind of like Greek yogurt and even like sour cream, where like they add to things, but they, I don't know. That would be weird with avocado, maybe.
Yeah, I had to have 2 doses of Toradol shots. I had one in the ER and one in urgent care. Those things work very well. Although, yeah, this just happened.
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of bringing us all together, being like, okay, we're not alone.
We're not talking about our problems. Kylie decides to have an upset stomach just to get chicken and rice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of ours do too. Right? It's not like, and that's the thing. Like, I had to tell the emergency room. Like, I think it was Claire that I was talking to. And she's like, oh, check and see if it's your gallbladder issue. And like, I had to tell the ER doc. I was like, hey, could it be my gallbladder? She's like, oh yeah, it could be. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Again, with doctors, you guys get paid way too much money to not know.
Yeah, you're like, okay, give me your medical degree. Apparently I deserve it more. Like, all right.
There you go. Some people like it. There you go, Vanessa.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do Greek yogurt. I prefer over cottage cheese. I cannot do like the lumps.
Oh, I understand. Yeah,
I'll blend up cottage cheese and it makes a really good high protein spaghetti sauce if you mix it with marinara. And then
wonderful.
the lumps go away because you've blended it.
Yeah, because you blended it.
Add croutons to cottage cheese. Interesting.
I guess because like you can make it savory. I usually make it sweet. Like I'll put fruit in cottage cheese.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why do we have to go to right? Why do we have to give the doctors ideas?
Yeah.
Exactly. Since I diagnosed and I had to tell them, this has been a whole mess of like me having to tell them that like I already did the ultrasound. Please stop calling me to schedule it.
Yeah, like deduct that from my bill consultation because I did it with myself.
If you don't have it on your records that I went there, I don't have to pay for it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not good. Yeah. Especially if you're a woman, to be honest.
Yes, it's so good. Pineapple on cream cheese because I think it balances out and it's super sweet. I really love it. Either that or like strawberries and blueberries with cottage cheese is quite nice too.
Right. Yeah. See, I mean, this makes sense, but then you like narrow it down and you do, in the ER, they were like, you might have an inflamed chest wall, so just take some Tylenol and it'll probably go away.
Yeah, that's the concern is when they want to like send you back home.
Right?
And I'm like, well, can't we have a little bit more discussion? Like have a few more theories before you're like, just send me back home. Because the other thing is like not to get into it because we want to get into a sprint too, but like women tend to be misdiagnosed the most, especially with heart attacks. They're sent home and then they die at home. Like that's just the reason why women die of heart attacks more often proportionally because they aren't taken seriously in general. So like that's more my concern is when you send me home and I'm like, can we please think of a few more things first?
Well, I was like, at least like they at least did the EKG, they did blood work.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, they did some stuff, but it was like, okay, I'm not actively dying.
Yeah.
Something is still wrong, but I'm not actively dying.
Yeah. So like, okay, check. At least that's off, the possible to-dos today.
Also, I do want to know this, Leandra. Doesn't the pineapple curdle the cottage cheese?
No. So you know what I'll do? It'll be like crushed pineapple and I'll just top it on top. So they're both like quite cold and then I just eat it. So I don't really mix or do anything. It's a good bed of, because it's the same thing with like pineapple on like Greek yogurt. Like if you put fruit on Greek yogurt.
So. Yeah.
So yeah.
Vanessa and her beloved cottage cheese. It's all right. Well, we're gonna do 45-minute sprints. So let me bring up this and I'll see you in 45 minutes. hello. How'd that sprint go for y'all?
Hello. Just some, normal level of shenanigans from you.
Yeah. If I'm gonna shenan once, I'm gonna shenan again.
Yeah.
Listen, it was always the plan to do it this afternoon. It's also why I wanted there to be sprints. And then when Brittany was like, I can't do sprints, I was like, okay, well, I'll do them.
You're like, they'll be done.
They will be done. I needed to shenan again.
Yes, and my team is having a ball with the location we're in and the fact that I am not as happy to be traveling here.
I will tell you that nobody guessed this one until in my Patreon when we were chatting about it, I gave the hint. Well, when I announced the locations to the host, Leandra gave me a look.
I did. I sent very specific emojis.
I was doing it just to torture her between Basgaiath and
yeah.
I hope we get a flashback in this vlog too.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine being like, oh, well, here we are.
Remember last year when I said I was going to give up cowboy romances and I was just going to forget about them and they were in the past? Brie brought them back.
I know. Honestly, what's hilarious is I just brought it back up with the mid-year video, and I was like, yeah, last year I said I was going to be leaving cowboys behind, and then 1 week later.
I think that you actually should read Lila Sage's cowboy romances. Okay. Because there's actually a pretty big divide in people that like Lila Sage or Elsie Silver. And I personally think that Lila Sage is much better. And I think that her mental health representation is so phenomenal.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that she's got good mental health rep. So
maybe don't
not until I try something else.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, I'm going to be reading for The Illusionist this time, and I think I might be reading Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent.
Ooh, okay. Well, I know nothing about this, so you're going to let me know.
Dark hockey romance.
Oh, another era that I'm not as privy to with the hockey, but dark. Did you say dark hockey?
Yeah, it's a dark romance. But that takes place at with a college hockey team.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I don't know. There's a snake on it. It looked cool. I bought it, and now I'm going to read it.
Now you're going to read it, and now we're all going to watch and experience it with you.
Yeah. I was because I think it has queer rep in it, and it takes place at a school, so I was saving it for the next time I was on The Illusionist, and then here we are. It worked out perfectly. I never remember what the jingle is because I load Focus literally a minute before I go live because I'm like, oh yeah, I need a timer. And then I just forget about what the sound is.
And it's the thing is the backgrounds are so lovely, but I think you've talked about this before. The sounds are just kind of, not all of them are perfect. There's something.
None of them are perfect.
Yeah.
Because I like I think it's the airplane or the airport one, I think is what it is. I can't remember. There's one that I really, really like, but it's so long. And I'm I need half of it. Yeah. And I'm I just need the first half of it. Yeah. I need Andrea. Is she here? Somehow Andrea has their ear, and they brought back a chime after she said that she wanted it.
Oh my gosh. She's got the power.
I know. So tell them that we need the first half of that. Disassociated at first, as soon as I settled in to read, chaos began. It's almost like you have never been to one of my sprints before. At least now you can pick a new book. Yes. Yeah. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. I have had I've been very careful about what I ate today. And went for a walk. And so yeah. Yes, of course it's why I did sprints. 10 pages. Nice. Finished a chapter. Can't wait to go to Leandra's favorite place.
Someone else was like, oh, I can't wait to pretend that Canada's fictional.
I saw that. Not Canada not being not real.
Yeah.
I didn't say Canada wasn't real. I said Chestnut Springs wasn't real. Yes, I do like. Listen, I've already come up with a theme for next year, and the amount of shenanigans that I will be able to do with next year's theme.
Oh yeah, it requires shenanigans, so it's perfect.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. However, my character of Loki might be going through a transformation.
Ooh, interesting. Okay,
a regeneration, as it were. Yeah. Just because I feel like there's a character with that like embodies the chaos even more.
You're just gonna like have the theory start now about what you're talking
Absolutely. About. Oh, I need to go see what you're.
Yeah, I sent a GIF. I was like, "This is me."
This is me. Also, I need to tell you guys that I did not tell Leandra beforehand that I was doing this.
No, I was not aware.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if I was going to get everything done with enough time in the first sprint, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll have to do it in the second sprint. And then I got the other things that I needed done with about 20 minutes left, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
I was keeping an eye though, because I was like, it's around that time. We've had a leg, and so I did have the Discord up, and as soon as things started lighting up, I was like, okay, turn my camera off. What's going on?
There you go. I would say continue reading Lila, because Done and Dusted is my least favorite of the series. It does have really good ADHD representation, which I do really appreciate. But I haven't read the newest one yet, but the other two have been 5 stars. Like her Done and Dusted is her debut novel, and you can kind of tell. But like it's so good. There you go. Leandra giving Cowboy Run. The happy little trees laughing at the end. Yes, reading for the illusionist. Cats are played and happy. Nice. Hello. See? Oh, we summoned Andrea.
We summoned her. We have the power.
We have the power so that she can have the power. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Going to read Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I've heard good things about that one. Lyla. And then Sage. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. I'll be reading The Prodigal Son by Sarah Kate. Ooh, I have one of her books on my TBR that I got from Bookish Box. Don't remember what it's called though. You, Me, and Forever. Nice. I need the first half of the sound, the airport sound for Focus, because it's my favorite timer, but it's too long. And I know that you have Focus's ear. Just joined before the chaos. Been reading Ivanhoe at the moment. Might be time to swap to Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Nice. 3 chapters of Breaking the Ice. Nice. We'll never read Rena Kent because it's definitely darker. Added Done and Dusted. Nice. 191st in line. Yeah, she's gotten very popular. What am I asking folks? I love this. Didn't read much. Started laundry. Oh, also I switched my laundry.
Nice.
Leandra needs to post her video that pertains to the series. Yeah. If you want to be persuaded against reading the series,
yeah, I was like,
Leandra has a video for
it. I mean, yeah, true.
Listen, waited for the chaos, get to sleep without feeling like I missed out. There you go. Luckily my current book works for this leg. Love that. Did not shower. There's tomorrow morning me problem. I feel this. Did not read. Doom scrolled TikTok. Happens. Did actively decide to DNF caught up. Nice. Life is too short to read mediocre books.
Agreed.
Yeah. No, we gotta get through this year first.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know anything else beyond the theme.
Yeah, like already you're like, I have an idea, but it's not. We don't have everything planned yet.
I think Andrea knows. I was like, wait a minute, how did you get it? Andrea knows. Hello. Post cat pics in our team chat. There you go.
I see the cat pics actually on my other screen, so thank you.
Fun. Finished a prayer for the crown shy. Chosen by not one but two of my complex feral cats. Love that. Oh, that's rude. I do think that it's on Hoopla if you have that. Still at work reading the naturals for this leg. Nice. Started a scavenger hunt for a book. Fun. What could that possibly have been? I don't know.
Something.
Nothing important. All right. Should we do another sprint?
Let's do another one. Yeah.
I forgot to actually set a short break, so it was like 20 minutes. I was like, why did this still take 20 minutes? No. All right. All right. Well, then we will see you in 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back. It was really rude of my dog to call me with less than 2 minutes left of the sprint.
How dare. I did notice. I was like, okay, how much are we going on for? I'm like, okay, 10 more minutes. Sounds good.
Well, it was funny because I didn't even know it was my job. So it was like a San Francisco number and I didn't recognize it. And so I was like, oh, it's probably just like a spam caller. I'll just like tell them to shut up. I like doing that. And then it ended up being somebody that like I had just sent an email to, and then they had a question about it, and I was like, oh, crap. I'm like trying to like set up,
like as you're on the phone, like
yeah. Trying to like sound like I know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
But yeah, I did not get much. I didn't get a ton of reading done, but I did take books down to the basement, which is important.
Nice. In your little Pango shop.
My little Pango shop downstairs. Yeah. It needs to get cleaned out. I have stuff on there that's like, because Pango, okay, I love Pango. What I do not love is that it's so difficult to delete things off of Pango. You have to go in for every single, like you can't bulk delete. And it's and I don't even think you can delete on desktop. I think you have to do it from the app.
It's very like app on your phone first. Like there was a time not long ago when you couldn't even really do anything on the computer.
You used to not be able to use Pango Bucks on the computer. So I would like go on, like I'd be on the computer looking at stuff, add it to my cart, and then go into the app and then buy it.
Yeah. You're like, okay, so now I'm using two devices.
Because I don't think I've ever used real money on Pango.
I've never. Me neither.
Yeah. No. I always keep my Pango Bucks.
Yeah, like I'm just trading books at this point. Like that's pretty much all we've done.
Girl math.
Yes, exactly. We're not spending money. What? Like I earn money, but I don't spend it. Like in my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm earning money on Pango, but I'm not spending it.
What's funny is that I will count it as income, but I don't count it as expenses.
Yeah.
Because you still pay taxes on it.
Yeah, no, doesn't count.
I'm sorry that you broke your nail. That's painful.
I know, it is painful.
Join that sprint. Haven't been able to read this week because I've been in orientation at my doctorate program. Well, that's fantastic. But it ended today. Excited to get back to reading. Nice. Made an apple crisp for supper. That sounds delicious. Started Enchantra. Hour and 15 minutes. Submitted the leg I finished this morning. Figured out my plans for this leg. Very nice. 26 pages of Carl's doomsday scenario. Page 24. Very nice. Coffee. Nice. I got to page 200. How much I was pretending to know what I'm talking about. Truly. Last week I had to go do that day trip in Vegas, and then like on the day that I got back, I had to send a report to like the CEO of two different companies, like my company and also another company that I was consulting for. It send out like a very detailed report, and then on the same day also send a report with my recommendation on new construction, like a way to, they didn't want to drop a ceiling on a warehouse. I'm like, you have to, if you're going to build a kitchen in a warehouse, you have to drop the ceiling for all of these reasons. I don't care that it's going to cost you $100,000.
Yeah, like it's better be money worth spending.
I was like, I feel very important today.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sticking it to him.
I was like, and this is why you wanted me part-time, because you would have not had me at all.
Yeah.
Had dinner, restarted my book because I was a bit lost. Listen, sometimes we got to. 60 pages of Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Nice. I adore it. It does have some glitchy moments. And I'm in the Facebook group with the creator. And so like we've all said the same thing. And he's just like, yeah, we're trying.
I mean, I would rather have it than not have it, you know?
Oh,
like, glitches aside.
I love Pango. Like, I use Pango religiously. I just wish it was just a little bit better. But I'll take it. Made it to 100 pages read of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. That's a fun book. Have you read that one yet?
Yes. I wasn't a fan, but I hope you like it, Lisa.
It's quirky, I guess. It's
Yeah.
like he
I
breaks
feel
the
like
fourth wall a lot.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like for me, I love breaking the fourth wall, but it was just a bit jarring because it was done so often that I was like, what's going on? And
Did
I
you
also
listen to it on audio or physically read it?
So I ended up doing it on audio rather than
Okay.
physical. So that might have been different. I feel
Might
like
have
the
been,
tone, I wasn't as big of a fan of like the audiobook narrator, where some people love. Some people
yeah, I
love
didn't
him.
like the narrator. I ended up switching to the physical, and once I started reading it physically, I was like, okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah. I will say that I was like, you know what, this just isn't for me. I was probably going to give it 3 stars, and then there were some things in the end, the ending reveals, that made me lower it because I will say that they make me think of thriller stuff. So there's some thriller reveals in my brain, but I can't give anything away. So if you want to look at my Goodreads review, I do have spoiler tags, and people can click on it and see what I thought about the ending. But I wasn't a fan.
Started a cross stitch project. Fun. Put laundry in the dryer. Cut a nail so it wouldn't break. We're having lots of those problems today. Shop for bath supplies. Nice. Page 284. We'll finish this book tomorrow. It's a race with Libby until it takes it back. That's fair. That's page 288. Read chapter 3. Nice. Seems it might turn into a romance mentor to lovers. Interesting. Now to find an audiobook for work tomorrow, because all paperwork, no kids. We love that. I think that it's on its way, and only because when I go to tag, like when I do the ISBN number, it will bring up all of the information, including the original retail price. And every single time it pulls up the Canadian price. So like if it's $17.99 and $24.99 Canada, it'll say $24.99. And I was like, that's not right. And so I think that in the coding, they are working on it. They just haven't announced it.
Yeah, because they're not fully ready to do it.
Because a lot of it, I'm sure, has to do with like shipping. And like I imagine that the postal strike in Canada is probably making them nervous. Just because like trying to go across the border, like things are going to get lost because Canada keeps wanting to go on strike or keeps threatening it.
Yeah, and there's like differences of like juggling domestic shipping versus like international, like
I'm sure that there's a lot of like
versus
coding issues on the back end. Because even just like when I think of like when I was trying to do the shipping for my website, like it was a pain in the butt to do international. And like I ended up eating some of the cost because I didn't want to deal with the like I could have done it where it was like each country had its own price and I just made it like international or US. But like stuff like if I shipped something to Australia, it was actually more expensive.
Yeah, as it would be.
Yeah. Going to start Tokyo Express. Nice. Finished that book this morning. Had used so many tabs to keep up. Fair. Immersion reading. Nice. Don't think I could do the audiobook only.
Yeah, okay.
Going to the launch party at local bookstore. Fun. Forgot I need to get there early because farmers market today as well. Yeah. It's,
Yeah, I actually have that book in ARC form. I think.
Oh, nice.
I think it's this one. Haven't read it yet, but thanks for putting it back on my radar. I appreciate it.
Yes. I got to page 264. Shipping in Canada is so expensive. It's ridiculous. And yeah, the postal strike hasn't even happened. They just keep threatening it. And I think that's what's even more like if you're a business, especially a business in the US, I could see that being very nerve-wracking. So that's probably why. So anyways, I think I'm gonna do one more sprint. And I'm probably just going to make it be a 35-minute sprint because it's currently running right now. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
5 minutes. I was like, we'll just do this. Because I was going to make it 30 minutes and I was like, 35 minutes is here.
Yeah.
So I'll see you in 35 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I got about. Is that me?
I was like, ooh, the sound went a little bit wonky.
Listen, the ghost of StreamYard.
I think you said 30 pages read. Is that what you said? Or
like
20?
36, I think. And then I also published my vlog finally.
So exciting! Yahoo!
Listen, editing has been a struggle.
For obvious reasons. Yeah, totally understandable.
I just hate editing long form videos. It's much more rewarding to edit TikToks because you can do a lot of them in a short amount of time.
Yeah, no, I understand. Especially depending on what it is. It's a vlog, right? That you just posted. So those always take like forever, unless you're like editing as you go. And even then,
which
that's
I
still
never
like,
remember to do.
no, obviously not. Of course. I'm trying to get better about that. And I already fell off the wagon, we'll call it. Where
no,
I'm like,
maybe
okay.
when I'm not running a readathon, we'll handle that. But
Yeah.
This book, this is at least the first 36 pages of it. So if you read Ninth House and you're like, I really wish they would fuck more.
Oh my gosh. And has it been compared to Ninth House, or is that just something that's
no,
like made
it's
you
just
think
like
of it?
it's giving that like she's like joining a secret society, like, you know, she's
Okay.
like getting this secret invitation to this thing. And I'm like, this is the beginning of Ninth House, except he's hot.
Oh my god. Some people are gonna be like, okay, writing that down. Interesting.
So
Yeah. I ended up I've gotten a little bit further in my book, but this last sprint, because it was kind of a shorty, I ended up doing some editing. So I am halfway through editing my July TBR, which is exciting.
I haven't even filmed mine.
You know what? I filmed it an hour before sitting down, and I was like, well, might as well edit it. Get it out, done. The bad girl. I know I was like, oh, right. Okay.
We're 3 hours in. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Listen, it's not actually Ninth House, but the first 36 pages are giving me the same vibes.
Yeah, even just like the cover being quite dark, I feel like it
right.
Just kind of
I mean, it's the snake and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know that's what I was like. I was waiting for some kind of like, you know, like soft version, and you're like, no, I'm gonna say fuck, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right.
I only censor myself for like the first 15 minutes of a live.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I do the same thing for videos. I'm like, if it's the very beginning of a video, I won't say it.
Yeah. Sometimes those are so clippable where, like, you know, if you want to do like intros, and I'm like, oh no, can't.
I know, right?
Yeah, like no.
It's right. Same. Right. If someone's still here at this point, they do not care. They have been here long enough.
It's fine.
And also, that's just what you get on the channel.
Yeah.
Right. Random swear word comes out. Listen, if I was British, it wouldn't even be a swear
word. We wouldn't even know. For some reason, out of our like American accented mouths, it's like, oh my gosh.
But like, maybe it's just because I've been watching some British TV, and it's like, that's just all I say.
Oh yes, I love, you know, British television. So yeah, I support it.
Like British reality TV. Oh my god, they say it every other word.
Oh, for sure. Like it's not even something to blink at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So close to finishing my current book. Then I can start my leg book. Nice. All right. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I believe Claire is printing tomorrow night? Question mark. That seems right.
Yes, I think so too.
Yes, tomorrow at 7 Eastern, and then Friday Katie is doing it. So yeah. Also,
yeah.
If you ever want to watch Australian reality television, where they say it a lot, Lego Masters Australia, because nothing frustrates you more than when Legos fall.
Yeah. Honestly, it's appropriate.
But yeah, that's a fun one. Thank you guys for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Bye.